Hundreds of people die every year due to falls from ladders, and it may shock you that the majority of the ladder deaths are from falls of 10 feet or less. Hi, I'm Surgeon with Arthur and Hansen, and today we're talking about safe use of extension ladders. Workers who use extension ladders risk permanent injury or death from falls and electrocutions. These hazards can be eliminated or substantially reduced by following good safety practices. This video examines some of the hazards that workers may encounter while working on extension ladders, and explains what employers and workers can do to reduce injuries. Extension ladders, a type of portable ladder, have two sections that operate in brackets or guides, allowing for adjustable lengths. Because extension ladders are not self-supporting, they require a stable structure that can withstand the intended load. This means extra planning may be required before selecting the right ladder. First, we need to understand the work that needs to be done, including the weight of the person, materials, and tools, and select the ladder that will sustain at least 4 times the maximum intended load. Once the ladder is selected, be sure to never exceed the load rating. And before using the ladder, a competent person must visually inspect the ladder for any defects such as missing rungs, bolts, cleats, screws, and loose components. If any defects are found on the ladder, it must be immediately marked as defective or tagged "do not use" or similar language. A defective ladder may be fixed, but must meet its original design criteria and strength. Check with the manufacturer to see if repair or replacement is recommended for your defect. Once you've selected your ladder and it has passed the inspection, it's time to set it up. One of the main things to consider when setting up an extension ladder is its angle. When a ladder is leaned up against a wall or some other vertical surface, the bottom of the ladder should be 1/4 of the ladder's working length away from the wall. So, if the ladder's working length is 20 feet, the bottom of the ladder should be 5 feet away from the wall. A quick tip to check that you have the right angle is to line your toes up with the foot of the ladder and extend your arms straight ahead. You should be able to grab the rails of the ladder without any bending. You can also download the app we've linked in the description below. It will help you quickly determine if your ladder angle is safe and includes a ton of other ladder safety tips. Also keep in mind that when you use an extension ladder to access an elevated work surface, extend the top of the ladder 3 feet above the surface. Some more important considerations when setting up your ladder are the mounting and dismounting areas. Allow sufficient room to step off the ladder safely. Keep the area around the bottom and top of the ladder clear of equipment, materials, and tools. If access is obstructed, secure the top of the ladder to a rigid support that will not deflect, and add a grasping device to allow workers safe access. Also, be sure to set the base of the ladder so that the feet sit securely and both side rails are evenly supported. The ladder rails should be square to the structure against which it is leaning, with both foot pads placed securely on a stable and level surface. Now that your ladder is set up and ready for use, be sure to take a minute to survey your surroundings for potential hazards. A main hazard to consider when using extension ladders is energized overhead power lines. When working near power lines, the ladder should have non-conductive side rails and should be kept at least 10 feet away. Now, other potential hazards exist in a high activity or high traffic area. In order to prevent movement of the ladder while working on it, secure the ladder and use barriers to redirect workers and equipment. If the ladder is placed in front of a door, be sure that the door is locked or blocked off to prevent anyone opening the door and hitting the ladder. Practicing the safe work practices is only half of the equation. What we have covered up to this point includes safe work practices to implement before actually working on or using the ladder. Just because the ladder is set up properly and you've controlled any other potential hazards in the area does not mean that the worker is automatically safe when using and or working on the ladder. So let's quickly go over some safety tips for using the ladder safely that you should always keep in mind when using any type of ladder. When climbing up and down the ladder, always face the ladder and maintain a 3-point of contact such as 2 hands and a foot or 2 feet and a hand. This means you should not carry any tools or materials in your hands while climbing, so be sure to use a tool belt or raise them using a hand line. Also, be sure to never place a ladder on tables, scaffolds, or other unstable bases such as soft ground. Never tie 2 ladders together to make them longer. Don't move or shift the ladder when extended or when a person or equipment is on the ladder. And never lean out beyond the ladder side rails to avoid tipping the ladder sideways. Now, we hope this video has helped you get a better understanding of how to work safely on extension ladders. Extension ladders pose significant fall hazards for workers that can result in serious injuries or death, and the safe work practices we went over can eliminate or reduce those hazards. Be sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed the content. Let us know what topics you would like for us to cover next in the comments below, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more videos like these. As always, feel free to reach out to us with any questions using the information provided below. Follow us on all social media platforms so you don't miss out on any safety tips and tricks. And until next time, be safe and thank you.